You're watching Plant Identification Through Personal Investigation with Angeline Whitmire. This plant portrait is for Venus's looking glass, Triodanis perfoliata. Let's begin with a quick overview of the annual life cycle of Venus's looking glass, found throughout North America. This plant first appears during the spring months. It prefers open locations with sandy or gravelly soil. The plant is easily overlooked as it blends with other newly growing green plants. Venus's looking glass typically grows to a height of 1 to 2 feet. As it reaches its full height, the stem may bend sideways. You can find this plant growing in small or large groups. Frequently, it has no branches, just a single central stem. However, if it has optimal growing conditions, Venus's looking glass will grow side branches. As the plant grows taller with a longer stem and more leaves, it begins to flower, starting at the lower levels. This is usually when we first notice Venus's looking glass with its lovely deep purple flowers. The flower buds develop. The flowers bloom. They die, and the plant makes its seeds inside seed capsules. All of this happens from the bottom to the top of the plant. The process of working through the entire reproductive cycle for the full plant can take 5 to 7 weeks. By midsummer, the plant disperses its seeds for the next growing season, and then dies. Turning to specific identifying characteristics of the leaves, the first thing we notice is how the leaves clasp the stem. This tight clasping makes it look as if the stem pierces the leaves and is the reason for the scientific species name of perfoliata. The leaves are simple, with coarsely toothed margins and palmate veins. Each leaf looks fluted or ruffled. The leaves alternate as they grow up the stem. The stiff stem has ridges, with fine hairs edging those ridges. Venus's looking glass grows its flower buds within the encircling leaves at each leaf axil. Keeping in mind that everything matures from the lower toward the upper portions of the plant, you can see in this view from above how the more mature flower buds are lower down the stem. Notice how the flower bud emerges from its 5 sepals. The supporting base of the flower is its ovary, which will become the seed capsule. The flower bud has 5 ridges. At first, it is a pale color. Gradually, it darkens to purple as the petals mature. The 5 overlapping petals separate and expand to become the small Venus's looking glass flower. Each flower is about 1/2 inch across. When the flower first reveals the pistil, it looks like a fuzzy purple stalk. Then the stalk tip opens out to show its 3-part white stigma. The pistil is surrounded by stamens, usually 5 of them. Observe how the flower petals have lines of a deeper shade of purple, and the center of the flower is white. After blooming, the petals shrivel and may or may not drop from the top of the ovary. Now the ovary, the seed container, holds the developing seeds. As the seeds mature, the capsule turns from green to brown. With a very close look, a 10x lens would be helpful. You can see an oval indentation on the side of the seed capsule. There are 3 of these indentations for each seed capsule. When the seeds are ripe, the tissue covering the indentation rolls up and allows the seeds to be dispersed through the opening in the sides of the seed capsule. The reddish-brown seeds of Venus's looking glass are tiny, about 1 millimeter. They cling to the hairy stem and rest on the leaves until shaken off. After all the seed capsules have finished their work, The leaves and stem of Venus's looking glass die and turn a crispy brown. Those tiny seeds now rest, practically invisible, on the ground until next year, when they will swell and grow to become new plants. This is Angeline. Thank you for watching and learning about Triodanis perfoliata, also known as Venus's looking glass. Visit identifythatplant.com for more images of Venus's looking glass, for plant identification resources, and for information about how you can confidently master the skill of correct plant identification.